All right, my
So
life's greatest adventure.
Sure.
When I was 16 years old, I had a friend named Rachel Arrington. We went to school together, and her family moved around a lot. And she was moving back to England, and she invited me to come stay with her, which I thought sounded fabulous. And I told my parents that I wanted to go to England, and we didn't have a ton of money, so they could not support me going monetarily. But they said, well, if you save the money, you can book the ticket and go. Always being one for a challenge, I saved the money. It was $2,000 for the round trip air ticket, which is ridiculously expensive considering how long ago it was. But I saved the money, called the airline, booked the ticket, and then walked downstairs and told my parents that I had booked a flight to London. So off I went. I had never been on a plane before in my life, so I was taking like a 6-7 hour flight. I flew into Heathrow, met a lovely couple on the plane who made sure they kept an eye on me, and they actually, as I was walking out, the first thing I saw in the airport, they made sure I saw the Concorde had landed. So I actually got to see it, which was kind of a cool start. And then the family, they picked me up. I spent 2 weeks in England. I did everything from tour around London. I toured, saw the Crown Jewels, went around Buckingham Palace, toured the small areas of London. We rented, just my friend Rachel and her sister and I went to London by ourselves. We rented a rowboat and rowed down the Thames under London Bridge. We did cool things like go to the West Wickham Hellfire Caves, which is where they used to practice witchcraft. And then I also had a chance while I was there. Her dad had a business trip, so we took the hovercraft across the channel over to Belgium. And I hung out there for the day and got to see a little bit and toured around there and spent the rest of my time in England. I had a blast. I shopped. The music was great. I bought some fun clothes. I tried Vegemite, which was one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my life. But it was great because it was a challenge, and I was really proud of myself for doing it. And it's an experience that, it's been a lot of years, but it's an experience I will never, ever forget.
In one line, what made it the greatest adventure?
Oof. That's really hard. What made it the greatest adventure? I don't know exactly how to put it in one line, but the fact that it was something I did completely by myself, for myself. I didn't have any help doing it, and I think that made it, that in itself was an adventure besides all of the cool stuff I got to do and see.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.